bit of trouble?
Majorly full on.
That was the crazy experience I've ever had.
So let's go and see what a New Year's Eve party is like in India. Happy New Year! Welcome back to the channel. We're Janine and Liam Day, aka Those Happy Days, a married couple from the United Kingdom. After a tough start to winter in the UK and some serious issues with our home, we decided to head out to India on a new adventure. Last week we bought a second-hand tuk-tuk, or auto rickshaw as they call them in India, with an aim to travel all over India, starting from the south and heading north. In this episode, it's only our second time driving on Indian roads, so we are still slightly nervous, but we are heading to one of the quirkiest and most unique places in the whole world, Pondicherry. Why is it the quirkiest and most unique place in the world? Well, we're about to show you. But first we have to leave Mahabalipuram, and as it's New Year's Eve in India, we have no idea what to expect. Wish us luck as we embark on more Indian travel adventures in our rickshaw named Pete.
Good morning from Mahabalipuram. We are leaving right now and we are heading towards Pondicherry, which is a French colonial town where it still looks a lot like France. Believe it or not, it's like France in India. We're heading there now. It's going to be one of the most quirkiest places in the whole of India, and it's the next stop on the journey. It's a 2-hour drive. We're going to head off now in our tuk-tuk, which Janine sort of held up talking to some man from Kerala right now, and let's see what the road brings.
We hopped into our tuk-tuk with the aim to make the apparently 2-hour journey south to a quirky French-speaking coastal city called Pondicherry. This will be the second time driving the tuk-tuk, so we are still fairly new to it. We headed off.
Take me far away, 'cause it's mediocre days. I need to stop this burn. Say, can you help me unlearn this rodeo's got me feeling like a soul, so I should go before I'm old.
Okay, cool, so that's the petrol done. We paid £20 for 10 litres, that's 2 big tanks of petrol plus oil as well. So now we've done that, we are heading off to Pondicherry.
Forbidden fruit, it's not always right.
Pulling over because we've just seen the weirdest bird. It looks like a flamingo, but we're not sure what it is.
Oh, shitty train, I know for certain I'm insane.
Wow, these birds are just awesome. They've got the massive beaks and they're huge as well.
Pulled over to film the weird flamingo pelican things and fill up with some petrol, and Janine's not feeling too good. Janine is dehydrated, we think. So we're unfortunately out here, water just doesn't cut it. If you're dehydrated, you need salts in you as well, electrolytes. So we're looking for a coconut, fresh coconut water, fresh coconut milk is the best thing for electrolytes, or one of the best things for electrolytes. So we're on the lookout now for that and bringing Janine back before we get to Pondicherry.
On a mission to find a drink, we saw a roadside cafe which promised food and refreshments. Perfect. We headed in.
What? So sugar cane with ginger and lemon?
Yeah.
They've got these really nice samosas here as well. Still warm.
So I'm going to get a fresh, they don't have coconut, but they've got fresh sugar cane with lemon and ginger, which sounds really nice actually, so I'm going to get that. I'm going to have a bite of Liam's samosa. I'm going to see what they got on the menu. This place is really nice, it's so nice and cool in here. It's so boiling today.
Has to be one of the best samosas I've ever had. We eat samosas back in the UK, don't we? But there ain't nothing like a samosa in India. Nothing. Still warm as well. What do you reckon? Best samosa in India?
Oh my god, that is so good.
You keep that one, Janine. No, you keep that. I don't think I want it back after you had it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one.
Yeah.
We enjoyed some of the most delicious food we have had yet. We ate big chunky samosas, bel puri, which is like Rice Krispie with savoury chutney and spices with a Bombay sprinkling on top. It was delicious. Liam ordered a samosa chaat, which is like a chickpea curry with chopped up samosa and a sprinkling of the Bombay spices on top. All finished off with a sugarcane, lemon and ginger drink. Wow, talk about flavour blast. We expressed how good the food was, and by surprise we were asked to stand. Not knowing what was going on, we were surprised with the most welcoming, lovely, friendly experience we could have imagined. We really weren't sure what was going on, however we all had our picture taken whilst being presented with the most gorgeous robe each and a round of applause. It was very surreal and slightly confusing, but what a beautiful and generous gift from some incredibly kind people. We left the restaurant and headed back to the Rickshaw to leave. The owner was impressed with Pete's psychedelic design. We said our goodbyes and hit the road. Oh my god, how amazing was that? We went in and we had the most delicious food, 2 samosas, 4 of those drinks, sugarcane drinks, and 2 like meals as well. Not only that, but they wanted to give us a gift at the end, and they gave us these gorgeous, they're like beach towels slash sarong, and they put them over our necks and clapped us as well.
It was like a presentation. I only went in for a samosa.
It was so nice of them. They were all so friendly, and what a lovely, lovely place. The food was just incredible as well. Now we're off. Now we're going to, oh my god. We're going to Pondicherry, so let's go. Pondicherry.
The guy who owned the cafe back there said that Pondicherry's full of crazy drivers. He said much more crazy than Chennai, so I think we're in a bit of trouble. It's still only my second go on this.
Okay, so we have made it to Pondicherry, and oh my god, it looks gorgeous. We're rolling backwards, Liam. And Liam, we've found ashram actually that we really want to stay in. It looks amazing and it's right on the beach, and we're checking to see if there's any spaces because you can't book online. So we're going to see if there's any rooms left for us. Hopefully, fingers crossed, but it is a really popular one, so I don't know, we'll see. Liam's gone to check anyway.
Full till the first week of January, and this one we're going to now might be full as well. But,
seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely gutted we can't get in there, but we're going to try another place anyway, so fingers crossed. As it turned out, Pondicherry was way more popular than we realised. After going to 4 different accommodations, a mix of hostels and ashrams, we eventually tried our 5th. It was down a beautiful, shady, quiet road. We prayed they had space. So from what I can make out from Pondicherry so far is that there's like a main sort of city centre bit, which is like really chaotic and hot and yeah, just really loud and in your face. And then just off that, there's loads of these little streets like this one here, which is really quite quiet and a little more cooler as well, because there's trees lining the streets, creating shade everywhere. And it's just really so much more chilled out down these streets. So that's where the French villa is that Liam's checking in now. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get a spot here, because that would just be ideal. It's not far from the seafront as well. It'd just be really nice. So I'm praying this is our 5th or 6th one, I can't remember.
My word, there's a lot of climbing around steps and all that sort of business. So after an hour of hunting, we've got a room. We've got a room.
Finally.
An unfortunate thing is it's on the very, very top floor.
Is it really?
And we've got some bags, so but we've got a room, so that's the most important thing. So let's get going. I'll do all the trips, you just do one.
Okay. This is really nice.
You like it?
Oh yeah, it's lovely. Feeling hot and exhausted, we were pleased to arrive in our cool room with a fan. The cost is £35 per night. We have hot water for showers, a fan, aircon, a clean bathroom, a TV and a kettle. And being on the 4th floor means we have a lovely view of the local area. We grabbed some showers, relaxed with a cup of tea before feeling eager to explore. Okay, cool, so we have just chilled out and relaxed, had showers and stuff in the room for a little bit, and now we're going to head out and see Pondicherry.
La Belle Époque, oh oh. La Belle Époque, oh
There's Pete with a crowd around him, which we're starting to get used to a little bit. He's getting quite famous in India right now, I think. So this is Pondicherry, just outside our guest house here, and this is actually White Town, it's called, because I think it's mainly painted white. Now, we said that Pondicherry was one of the quirkiest places in the whole of India, and the reason why it is because it's actually a French colonial town. I think it was a French colony until like the 1950s or something. So it's like the only place proper in India where you've got a mix of France against sort of India, the craziness of India, and we're about to show you that now. So literally French streets, French cafes, with India on it as well, clashing right against it. We best show you anyway.
We headed into the heart of Pondicherry, or Puducherry as it's officially called, and Pondi for its common name. It's apparent straight away that it's a very trendy town, as we hear it's on a lot of Indians' bucket list of places to go. The beautiful colonial buildings were painted white and others a sunflower yellow. It was like walking around Paris, with the streets all called Rue de something or other, and beautiful Parisian lampposts. There were trendy boutique shops, cafes, patisseries and boulangeries everywhere, and the smell of freshly baked cakes and pastries. We thought, how is this seaside town even in India? Never before have we seen such an incredible clash of cultures that seem to actually mix really well.
This behind me is a sight that you don't see very often in India. It's a booze shop full of people because it's actually New Year's Eve today. Alcohol is tax-free. You don't pay tax on alcohol in Pondicherry because it's not state owned or run, something like that, so the tax laws are out of it, so alcohol's actually a bit cheaper here. I think the alcohol's not so popular in the rest of it because for religious reasons and cultural reasons in the rest of India, but in places like here and Goa, alcohol's a thing, and with it being New Year's Eve, I mean, people are really stocking up behind us.
Okay, cool, so we've just found a bottle of white wine in there, some Cabernet Sauvignon, so Liam's going to buy it. We don't actually have a fridge back home in our guest house, so we've kindly asked them if they'll put it in their fridge space at the back, and we're going to collect it later. Hopefully it's nice and chilled. So yeah, really looking forward to that.
Purchased, done.
Lapping up the Indian French culture still, we decided to pop into a cafe called Bread and Chocolate to see what the options were. We were pleasantly surprised. This is Liam realising that there's tons of vegan options on the menu.
It's actually completely unheard of, right? I'm just going to order everything. Lots of vegan options on here, right?
Yeah.
Can't believe it. Happy New Year.
Celebrating our amazing find, as well as it being New Year's Eve, we treated ourselves to super green smoothies with dry fried coconut topping, kimchi, tofu and satay Buddha bowls, one orange sponge cake and a jam tart with 2 pots of masala tea. We enjoyed this meal in this beautiful shady setting, cooling off from the afternoon heat of the sun, surrounded by people enjoying the delicacies of traditional France here in the heart of India. We finished our food and headed to one of the main focus points for Indian tourists here in Pondicherry.
The other reason why Pondicherry is sort of famous for pilgrims and what have you, and devotees, is right here is the Sri Aurobindo ashram. And that's Sri meaning sort of like important person, almost saintly in some respects. Founded a spiritual movement here in Pondicherry, and he's actually buried, or in Samadhi as they call it, in this ashram here, and you can go in. You can't film in there, you can't have your phones on in there, you can leave your shoes outside, and then you can go and sit and meditate around the, almost like where he's buried there. Sri Aurobindo and the person who continued his work was called the Mother. Those two people are very, very well respected in the whole of here. Sri Aurobindo also had ideas and movements and thoughts of the future, started up a very, very special experimental town nearby called Auroville. And if we've got enough time, we might do a video on that next time. But for now, this is the Sri Aurobindo ashram.
I just jumped out my skin because I thought I saw a snake. Anyway, we're heading past a temple now, which is like a Ganesh temple, and only last month there used to be a elephant living here for the past 34 years, and last month the elephant sadly died. Apparently the elephant died of a heart attack, which is very sad. This temple's just gorgeous, the colours and the artwork. When you look up on the ceiling, it's just amazing.
Something else super interesting about Pondicherry are the police. Actually, I think they're referred to as gendarmes, or gendarmerie, which is the French word for police, I believe. But they actually dress like French policemen. Yeah, it's so interesting.
Okay, cool. So this is where the French quarters meets the Indian sort of district. This is where it goes from calm to chaos in just one road. We finished the day by doing a bit of shopping, saying hi to the army cadets, checking out the school that Pi Patel went to from the popular book The Life of Pi, finding more people posing in front of Popular Pete before heading back to our accommodation and preparing for the 2023 New Year's Eve celebrations. It is New Year's Eve, it is sunset, and you can really hear the party beginning to start here in Pondicherry. You can hear music in the distance. There's a real buzz about the place. Everyone's sort of getting ready to go out for the evening and in a really good mood. Everyone's so happy and taking photos. Never seen so many people taking photos of everything in my life. Everyone's just walking the streets, and yeah, it's just really nice. So what me and Liam have decided to do, we went and grabbed our wine, we've got some hummus, and we're gonna go up on the roof now, and we're just gonna watch the sunset and chill with some wine and hummus before we go out and see what the hell Pondicherry is like on New Year's Eve.
I could find a way to say the right words to you, explain what I'm going through.
Oh wow, how beautiful is this view from up here. Absolutely gorgeous. The sunset.
Close to you. How can I get
Cheers!
Happy New Year!
you on my mind?
Not too bad. Not too bad. A little bit sweet, a little bit dry, a little bit wink of the eye.
Instead of thinking about you, thinking about you.
Okay, so we have had a massive change of plans for this New Year's Eve evening tonight. We were up on the roof and we met some lovely people who have now invited us to a New Year's Eve party in Pondicherry, just down the road, and we've decided to go. So that's what we're gonna do. They're waiting for us downstairs and we're in a massive rush to get ready now because we weren't expecting this at all. So we're gonna meet them in about 5 minutes and then we're gonna head to this huge New Year's Eve party. So really excited about this. So let's go and see what a New Year's Eve party is like in India.
Cheers and Happy New Year. We're now going to have to convert to using our mobile phone cameras because photography is not allowed inside. So we're going to do our best to show you what New Year's Eve is like in India, in Pondicherry. Let's go. What's your name?
It's Gayatri.
Ratri.
Gayatri.
Gayatri.
Yes.
Gayatri and
Purva.
Purva.
Yeah.
Purva. Okay. And your name?
Janine.
Hey. Nice to meet you all.
Liam, that's where we're going.
Hey, that's us tonight. Woohoo!
The streets of Pondicherry were absolutely rammed, full of partygoers, street vendors, tuk-tuks and motorbikes. We made our way with our new friends to the Baywatch beach party.
We're not even inside, and this is how crazy it is already.
Free drinks, free food.
Yes, sir. It's unlimited food, unlimited drinks.
Unlimited food, unlimited drinks.
Nice.
A New Year's Eve party with unlimited drinks. This sounds dangerous. Good job there's free food too.
It's like a huge picnic. Everybody sat around eating with a beer or a bottle of water. It's kind of nice actually, like a big picnic with some crazy dance music playing.
We grabbed some drinks for the group at the liquor counter and our friends explained what the food was. It was delicious and very popular, with most people opting for food over drink at this point of the evening. Once the food had finished, it very quickly transformed from picnic to mad Indian dance party, and from people sat down to now rushing to the dance floor. We obviously did as the locals do and joined in. This was when the night went from calm to chaos, and we realised we were the only foreigners in the whole rave, which attracted some attention to say the least. Learning some new crazy Indian dance moves, we spent the rest of the evening making friends, throwing some shapes and joining in on the madness of New Year's Eve.
That was the crazy experience I've ever had.
That was crazy. I am so pleased that we went, but I'm so pleased to be out of there as well. It was so much fun, but majorly full on. Yeah, what an awesome night.
Making an escape from the madness, we then got into a rickshaw to take us back to our guest house, but all the roads were closed, yet he drove us all around town hoping to get through. We ended up nowhere near our hotel, so we eventually got out and walked.
What on earth is going on?
I have no idea.
Janine, Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I know it's not how you imagine it to be, but it is what it is. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Eventually arriving at our guest house, only to find the party is still going, we finished the night with Liam throwing some more of his best shapes out on the streets with the locals. Coincidentally, Liam wearing a very similar outfit to his dance partner. We both found the whole night very amusing. What a way to welcome in 2023.
Good morning and actually good evening. The sun is going down. We were up late last night and we've woken up late, but Happy New Year to everyone. What a mental night last night was. We'll never ever forget it. One thing that we wanted to show you before we leave Pondicherry was the best part about Pondicherry in our opinion, and we're going to go and take you there right now. So let's go and have sunset on the beach.
I lie awake at night, daydreaming about life in the corner of my eye.
Welcome to Pondicherry Promenade. It is one of the only stretches of beaches in India, probably, where traffic and vehicles aren't allowed. So in the morning when the sun's rising and in the evening when the sun's setting, when the temperatures just drop just enough, yet the ground is still warm, people gravitate towards the beach, towards the promenade, and just stroll up and down. You get families here, you get people eating food, you get people playing. It's a very, very chilled, nice time to be down here, and it is by far our favourite thing in the whole of Pondicherry. Just a bit of chill time, and this is what it looks like.
We We strolled along the Pondi promenade, much like we see people do in Europe, but of course there are still wonderful signs that we are in fact in India and not France. Families and couples sat and watched waves rolling in, each one bringing in hope of a better year in 2023. We sat underneath the Gandhi statue, one of the largest in the world, and felt fortunate to be around such a fun and kind culture of people. It's fair to say that Indians know how to have a good time, and we have definitely experienced that in Pondicherry. We know now that our adventure in India hasn't hardly started yet, and we can't help but feel completely exhilarated as to the journey ahead of us. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more adventures in incredible India.
Standing frail and blue, not knowing what to do. Has my time in here run out? Another hero standing by the bed as I wait. When we wake.
Very good. Hi, I subscribe your channel. Yes. Channel name. Channel name.
Happy days.
Those happy days.
I can't my mind. I am.
Hi.
Hi. Happy New Year.
Everybody to Pondicherry.
Yes.
You're a brave man.
Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future